Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Cassie at Junkin 101 with Cassie. Today we're working in our October daily. It is October 14th, so that means we are on day 14 of our daily. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what we've done so far in our journal and look at the list and see what we're going to be doing today. This is for Lynn over at Paper Lifers. She has collaborated with Teresa at Timeless Paper Treasures, and this is for a contest to enter to win one of 3 prizes. All the information regarding those two groups and the event itself is down in the description box, so if you're interested, go ahead and check that out. So inside our journal here we have this. Today's prompt for day 14 is, if you had a flying broom, where would you go? So we're going to get our pen and we're going to check that off because we're going to do that today. And let's take a look at our journal. So we have day 1, day 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10, 11, 12, and here we're on day 13. So as you can see, I've already got some things in my book here. I'm going to set the book aside and we're going to focus on our items specifically. So day 13 is going to be right here in our book. So I'll just set that aside. And today I thought we would do a glossine bag as a pocket on the page, and we would decorate the front of it and then do a little tag insert for inside the bag to write where we would go if we had a flying broom. So I've just selected some items here. I've got some black lace for layering. I've got some different items here, including black lace, an orange rusty color rickrack, and a gray rickrack for tag toppers. I have some elements here I thought we would use on the glossine bag itself, a hole reinforcer, a number, and then some elements I thought we could use on the tag. And since today is about a flying broom, I figured we would do it about witches, and here this witch is holding her broom, so I thought that that was a nice picture to go on the front of our envelope or on our glossine bag. So with that being said, let's grab some glue and some scissors and let's get creating. So today I'm mostly going to be using my Fabrifix glue because we are working with the glossine bag. When it comes to doing the tag, I will go ahead and use my art glitter glue, which I have transferred some into the smaller bottle. I may also bring the sewing machine in and do a little bit of sewing around the tag, things like that. So I'm not 100% sure how this is going to go or how it's going to turn out, so let's just start playing. So I do know I would like to rip this. I don't want all perfect straight edges. This is just a little piece included in their kit that they give away in the groups, and this is a music page and it's called The Witch's Dance, so I thought it was appropriate to use today on our page. I forgot my little trash bin. So, got my little trash bin that sits here on the desk. We're going to go ahead and ink this up with some Distress Oxide in the color Black Soot. That's what we've been using throughout the entire journal. Okay, I'm also going to go ahead and ink around this to hide any white edges that we may have. I was thinking about cutting her out, but we'll see. I think I might like it better if I cut her out. So let's go ahead and cut her out real quick. I say real quick like it's gonna be real quick. We all know that fussy cutting ovals and circles is never quick, right? I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. I woke up this morning and spent some extra time just laying in bed and relaxing. Watched some videos on my phone. Finally decided I should probably get up and get something out for dinner and let the dogs out and, you know, all that fun stuff. So now I'm just going to ink around this. Okay. This is where I think I want some of this lace. I just want enough to like fit behind her. Okay. Set all this stuff aside, get it out of our way. Put this over there so it don't get all dirty. Okay, I think I want to put the lace there. Put this up here and then put her here, like so. I like that, but I think it needs more. Maybe we'll do some book page in the background as well. I've got here, it's just an old 1800s German book. So some of the pages in here are really cool. Like it's got this kind of writing in it. I really like the look of that writing. So I'm going to go ahead and tear this page out. And I'll get my tear ruler. Sorry, I'm kind of quiet today, guys. Not really a whole lot new going on. My husband and I, we're going to get ADT, home security system, and we called and did the verbal agreement for the contract for the length of time that they request us to, you know, sign up for it and all that. And then we had it all set up, and the technician was going to come out the 15th. So tomorrow he was supposed to be here. They took our down payment and everything. And then she called my husband back just the other day and said, well, I'm going to refund you your money because it turns out we don't service your area. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So anyway, we're gonna look into maybe a different company or something. I'm not sure what we're gonna do yet. So today's prompt is, if you had a flying broom, where would you go? leave your answer down in the comments below. I love reading your guys' comments, and I do try to respond to each one. So I think I'm just going to put this on here like so, and then layer our pieces on top of it. So I'm going to glue this on with some Fabrifix, and I think I might sew around the bottom edge and the two side edges just to make sure this stays on there. So let's go ahead and put a little bit of Fabrifix on the back. Make sure we have our page right side up. Okay. I have this neat little tool. It was from Mod Podge. It's just one of their spreaders to help spread their glue out. I don't even remember where I got it. I think it was Hobby Lobby. It came with like a brayer and a small bottle of Mod Podge, I think, or something like that. Or I may have ordered it on Amazon, but I love this little tool for spreading things out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pause real quick. I'm going to take this to my sewing machine, and I'm just going to do a straight stitch down the side, across the bottom, and then up this side. So we'll be right back. Alright, and we're back. So here I've taken the pocket and I've just done the straight stitch around it. So let's go ahead and glue our lace down. At this point, since I have the paper on the background, I could switch to art glitter glue. And I think I'm going to. I know a lot of people still like to use the Fabrifix or Fabri-Tac for their lace, but I'm just gonna go ahead and try to put it down with my art glitter glue. That way I can precisely put it on like these thicker areas. So I'm just going in where the lace is more full. Ooh. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm kind of trying to do here. So I'm just going in where it's more of a solid piece with my glue. Sorry about that brief pause there, guys. You probably didn't even realize I had a sneeze sneak up on me, so. Okay. So I'm just going to take this and lay it on our pocket, like so. And then I'm going to glue down our little piece of music page here. And we'll just glue that down here in the corner. Put a little extra underneath this part. Hold it there for a second. You want to give it time to attach to the lace. This is art glitter glue, and it does usually work fairly quickly, but you just want to give it a little bit of extra time. Okay. Now we're going to stick her right there. I'm going to use Fabrifix on the back of her just because she is on top of the lace for the most part, and I just think it'll hold better. So a good generous amount of that. And then stick her right there. I'm feeling like this top corner here is a little bare. So I do have this little this black and red rose out that I think we can stick up here and put like a word over it. They do provide us with a word sheet. Sorry, had to fight to get it out of the pocket. So let's see if there's anything on here witch or broom related. Witches. I put a spell on you. Broom parking only. I like that. I think we're going to go with that. So I'm just taking my scissors and cutting this out. It may not be perfectly straight cuts, but I'm trying to get it as close as I can, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so here we have broom parking only, and it is a little wonky. Okay, good enough. We'll ink around this. That rose, I believe I've already inked around. Okay. I'm just putting a little extra glue on here because it is in that area where that lace is at, so I just want to make sure it holds. And then glue our word down or our phrase. Now, if you wanted to, before you put her on here, you could have stitched around this. That would have looked really neat, but I cannot stitch in a circle like that. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and do a little bit of light inking around the edge of the whole glossine bag. Just a little bit. Do some up here at the top. Okay, so there's our bag. I'm just going to double check that she's glued down. Sorry about the sniffles. Okay, so there's our bag. So now let's work on our tag. So I just went in my scrap drawer and I found this piece of manila file folder, and it seems like it's going to fit in here pretty good. So I'm just going to take my pencil here and I'm going to mark inside our stitches because, you know, it can't be wider than our stitches. So I'm going to go ahead and trim that there and cut just a little bit off this side because it's got a little bit of a lip there. So to do that, we'll just use our little guillotine cutter here. And the mark I made is not quite past the little loop-de-doo at the top, so I'll go ahead and just cut just past that loop-de-doo at the top. So our tag's going to end up being about 3 inches wide, it looks like, because we got to turn it around, take some off of this edge to make it straight, and then we need to measure how tall we want it. I think height-wise we're okay. I may take it down like a 1/2 inch. I think about like that is fine. That may be a little more than a 1/2 inch. Pick our scraps up. Set our cutter aside. The first thing I'm going to do is my corners. I'm just going to take this, flip it over, and put it on the other side, and then our sides will be equal. I always second guess myself doing it this way because it never seems to me that they're equal. It always seems like it's messed up. Okay. I'm going to bring my messy mat in because I want to ink this up using my little makeup brush here. Oop. So when doing it this way, put a little bit of ink on, make sure you dab it off, and then start on the outside of the tag, not quite on the tag, and just go in light circles. You don't want to push real hard or anything like that, otherwise you'll get like harsh lines and spots that you don't want on there. So this is looking pretty cool. Kind of looks like a creepy smoky sky. So I'm just going to flip it over and do the same thing on the back. So hopefully you can see that I'm starting off the page. So ink it up, dab it off, and then start off the page so that you work yourself onto the page that you're working with. Okay, I think that's good. Now I'm going to take my regular ink dauber and just go around the edges and give it a nice defining line. I'm going to flip it over, do the same thing on this side, that way both sides match. Okay. Now I'm going to get our messy mat out of the way. And now let's decorate this tag up. So I know I want to put a hole reinforcer at the top. So let's just put a little bit of extra glue on the back. put that as center as we can. Just gonna soak up that extra glue. Going to then grab my big bite, and I'm just going to line this up and punch in the center. Okay. And now what I was thinking for the tag was and this ain't gonna be big enough. So I made these two into stickers on my Xyron, and I didn't this one. But what I was thinking was we could put like the moon up here and put like the witch down here. And then we could write on the back where we would go. I was going to try and incorporate this as well, but we'll have to cut quite a bit of it off if we use it. Okay, well, I do know I want this up at the top, so let's go ahead, peel this off, get a little bit of our extra goo off the sides, and I'm going to stick that up here at the top, like so. Just making sure there's no sticky spots left behind on it. There's a few here, so I'm just kind of trying to rub it out. You can also go in with your glue eraser, which I think I might grab. The only thing I don't like about this glue eraser is sometimes if you rub too hard in one area, it will like eat away at the paper. So then you'll lose like part of your image, or it'll mess it up. So remember to be light-handed when using your glue eraser. Seems to be doing the trick though, to get that extra adhesive off from the sticker machine. Okay, looks good to me. Now if we put this on here, we're only going to be able to use like part of it, and I don't know if I like that. So see, to put her on here, she'd have to be there, and then this would be like here. I think I'm just going to stick her down and see what we think. Now she does have a little bit of white around the edge of her, so I'm going to go in and ink. I'm not doing a real heavy ink. I'm just going in and lightly touching the white spots. And then let's stick her down. Like so. And then again, I'll use the eraser just to make sure there's no extra bits of adhesive left behind. Okay, so see, how do we put this on here? We would only have like that much of it. So I think we will just leave her the way she is. I'm going to take this to my sewing machine and I'll stitch around it real quick, and then we'll be right back to put the topper on right where we would go if we had a flying broom, and that'll be that for this page. So I'll be right back. Okay, we are back. So I have gone ahead and straight stitched around the tag. Just gonna trim those strings up. Okay, so we have to put our 13 on here somewhere. So I was thinking we might be able to stick it down here, or we could stick it on the tag itself, but then you wouldn't be able to see it as you're flipping through the book. Maybe put it down in this corner. That would be nice. Okay, so let's ink around this. And then I will grab my pit pen that I use, and we will do some faux stitching around the circle. My dog's up here. I got a Baptiste. He's part Maltese, part Papillon, I think it's called. He's the cutest little thing ever. His name's Bean. And he's up here trying to get my attention. He likes to come up and bat at me with his paw. It's real cute. So I think we're just going to put this right here with a little piece of lace under it. The same lace that we used in the background. But we'll just have it like so. So I'm going to use a little bit of Fabri-Tac here. Stick our lace down. I want it hanging off the pocket a little bit. And then we will Fabri-Tac the back of our number. Making sure there's enough on there that it's going to seep through the lace a little bit. And just give it a good press, hold it a second. There we go. Okay, so I chose a few things here that we could use, but I think I'm going to go with just the black lace. That way it kind of matches the rest of it. Okay. And now we will write on the back of it. And I'm just going to go ahead and write with my Pitt pen. And it is, if I had a flying broom, where would I go? My answer to this is a personal answer. Well, I mean, everyone's answer is going to be personal, but mine's a little more on the touchy side of things. And one moment. My apologies for that. The dog started barking. Anyway, I was saying my answer to this question is a little more not really fun or funny or anything that really makes sense to some people. But if I had a flying broom and I could go anywhere, I would want to go visit heaven. And the reason for this being is because two of my most favorite people are there. One of them being my grandmother, who passed away in 2009, and the other one being my father, who just passed away this past July. And I would love to be able to go to heaven and visit them. So it's not like your typical answer that you would find in here, but this is my book, and it is about me, and that is where I would want to go if I could. So that's my answer. So I would want to visit heaven. I could see my grandma, and my grandmother pretty much raised me, so she was a very important person in my life. I could see my grandmother and my dad. I could also meet my Grandma Eichard and my Grandpa Webb. My Grandpa Webb passed away many, many years before I was even born. And my Grandma Eichard passed away a few months after I was born. So I didn't know either one of those grandparents. So that's where I would go. And that's what I would want to do if I had a flying broom. So your answer can be a lot more fun than that answer. It could be a lot more outrageous than that answer. I know that the only time I'm ever going to go to heaven is when I pass away. So my answer is not realistic by any means. But it's my answer, so. And it's my book. So there you go. I'm just gluing this down a little bit more with my art glitter glue. It's not wanting to hold that great. So I'm just giving it a little extra help. Let's slip our tag on in here. It's like a perfect fit. And then we will bring our book back in, find our page, which is right here, and we're just going to glue this in here like so. To do that, I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac because we're working with the glossine bag, and I just think that the Fabri-Tac works a little bit better for that. So we'll make sure we get around our edges. Now, if you just wanted to put this on 3 sides, you could do that and leave it as a tuck spot. Leave the top open. But I'm not going to do that in mine. I'm just going to go ahead and glue it straight down to the page. We're already using the glossine bag as a pocket, and I don't have anything else that I want to stick behind this, so I'm giving it a nice good coat. And then we'll just put it in our book. Make sure you give it a good push everywhere, making sure you get those edges pressed down fairly decently. And there we have it, guys. There is our day 13. If I had a flying broom, I would go ... So leave your answer down in the comment section below of where you would go. I would love to hear your guys' answers. If you enjoyed this video or took anything at all away from it, please subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up to get my videos out there and more noticed. If you do subscribe to my channel, which I hope that you do, please go ahead and hit that notification bell. That way, anytime I upload a new video, you guys are notified right away. Again, the links for the groups that are collabing to do this October Daily Journal are in the description box down below. The links can be found there. And all the information for the contest regarding the journal is also in the description. So with all that being said, guys, I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch my video. Until next time, keep it safe and stay healthy, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.